Are you drowning in hundreds of those PMP processes and tools? But what if I told you that after 15 years of managing IT projects, I learned that you need just 5 basics for project success? Here's the first basic concept. And if you don't implement it correctly, it's the fastest way to make your project a total mess. Remember how your last project started? You immediately jumped into the execution, started collecting requirements, doing research, maybe some POCs, and on top of that, all those agile frameworks prompt you to do the same. As a result, unfortunately, most project managers are looking just 1 or 2 steps ahead, and they are hoping that they are moving in the right direction. Think about it. Just because you are doing your best work possible and you're creating value doesn't automatically mean that you are creating the right product, you're implementing the right features. That's exactly why you need to set the project goals. But what's more important, you as a project manager must own the goal. This will make stakeholders see you as their strategic partner, because you will keep them accountable to reach their business goals instead of just playing in this business work to implement a product. Now, I have a project success blueprint. It's a free course where you can find 2 expert-level AI prompts that will help you identify the real goal for the project. Even if you didn't do it at the start of the project, right now is the best next moment. Get access to the course and the AI prompt after you watch this video. It's totally free. Okay, this second basic principle can make any project in any industry structured and simple. Here's what I learned from many years of experience coaching other project managers. They focus on identifying work by identifying tasks for their team members. As a result, they focus on work required to produce the product, service, or result. But they don't see the other critical parts of the project. Here's the fact. Only tiny projects can focus on delivering just the product or service they need to create. But all other projects usually have other deliverables that must be created for project success. If you've been in project management long enough, you must have heard the main principle that you must break the projects down into smaller, more manageable pieces. After that, you treat it as a set of sub-projects. And as a result, you are building this structure, you're eliminating chaos, and it's very easy to prove that this task contributes to project success through this deliverable. And the idea is simple. You must always break down project into phases and then identify all the required deliverables for that phase. And I almost hear you saying, so Dmitry, what about projects with agile frameworks, with Scrum, Kanban, and so on? Nothing changes. Most projects are hybrid and they still follow the same principle. Again, in my project success blueprint, you can find a powerful AI prompt to help you identify and brainstorm all possible deliverables based on the company and the project that you currently have. And I'll leave you a link to another video in the description about the work breakdown structure. It's another cornerstone concept that you can implement in your project. And now I want you to participate. If you do believe that structuring a project in these deliverables and phases manner is the best way to eliminate stress and overwhelm and chaos, please hit the like button. Thank you in advance, and let's move on. So the third basic component is actually the source of a lot of stress and unnecessary work if you don't manage it correctly. And yes, I'm talking about stakeholder management. You must have heard the term. But what I'm seeing is that most project managers again focus too much on stakeholders who only impact the product or service they deliver. Imagine John, a cybersecurity manager, and he finds out about your project when you are halfway through. And now he suddenly realizes, oh my god, I have some responsibilities and processes regarding this project. And at this moment, he panics and escalates this problem to you. As a result, a lot of chaos and stress, your work is disrupted, you need to sit on meetings to identify that you need to perform a lot of additional work that you didn't plan before. You may not realize it, but that's exactly what happens on most of the projects. Maybe not so dramatic, but that's the mechanism. So basically, you miss to identify a stakeholder who has requirements towards your project, product, or your project management approach. So if you plan to be a great project manager, you need to start building a framework for stakeholder management. How to identify stakeholders, how to engage them, how to control their engagement, all in the real world, not in PMP theory. You need a step-by-step instruction for yourself. This is arguably the most impactful area of project management, and if you do it correctly, you will eliminate a lot of stress and this hidden work. That's why if you don't have a written stakeholder register now, that's a great starting point. Pause all other priorities, focus on identifying your stakeholders right now. And if you need some refresher, I'll leave you some videos about stakeholder management below this video as well. This leads us to the fourth point, and if you do it correctly, your project management will be effortless because you won't need to do anything on a project. And you guessed it correctly, I'm talking about motivation. But there is a caveat. Most project managers believe that they need to create a friendly environment and start assigning responsibilities to people to get a highly motivated team. And this is probably the biggest misconception in motivation in project management. And I get it, because it comes from these books and videos that you see online. But think about it. You're creating an environment where it's easy for people to get stuck in the comfort zone of a friendly environment. And if you look carefully through all the popular motivational theories, you will see that creating a friendly environment is just a required component, but it's not the driving force of motivation. Instead, you want to build motivation through career development of your team members. And this gives you direct control over people, over their goals, and how they impact the organization and the project. In practice, you want to create quarterly professional development plans, which will impact the performance review that people get at the end of the year or when achieving those goals. This quarterly plan should include three components: a goal that will help the project, a goal that will generate additional value for your organization, and a goal that will help you drive your career. After that, all you need to do is to help people overcome their challenges and problems to reach those objectives and get a positive performance review. I explained this concept and this approach in the Project Success Blueprint as well, so go get the course right now, it's totally free, and it will help you make your project management effortless. But here's the problem. All these basics will be useless if you don't master the fifth component in this list. And you see, the world and project management are rapidly changing because of AI. And let me be clear, AI will not replace project managers, but project managers who master AI will replace all other legacy project managers. If you don't master AI skills before 2026, you'll quickly become unemployable. And that's why I recommend that you watch this video next, where I explain how to master the required AI skills in project management. Click the video now, I'm waiting for you there.